In my last video, I have obtained the Infernal Cape, and now it is time to put it to some good use. And I was looking at my melee tab and I see that Berserkering is the very first item, and this is what I wear if I don't wear a Lightbearer. This gives +8 strength bonus, but is actually no longer the best ring in the game. What is it called? The Altar ring? Please tell me that this is the correct one. It should be around 140 mil. Is it actually +12 strength? Wait, there's no... Was it that expensive? 175 million for +4 strength bonus. Do you think this is worth it? Well, says a guy who got the Infernal Cape after so many blood, sweat, and tears for like plus extra, was it 2 bonus? Altar ring, fine. I'll get the ring. Because when I got the cape, my friend said, oh, congratulations, +2 strength bonus after all this torture you went through. So melee strength is +29. If I equip the fire cape, it is +25. It is actually a +4 bonus. So now we're going to have an extra +8 bonus. Oh, and by the way, the twister bow is not mine. Like, Mazora is still not mine. Like, I'm just waiting for the guy to log in. He just never did in the past couple days. These are also my Slayer helmets. I have everything except the Vorkaz because I'm missing Vorkaz's head because I used it for the assembler. So that's the only item that's missing. But actually, there's one more with the Abyssal Demon head that I got in my last video. This would be legitimately the last Slayer helmet that I could make. So let's make it because I've been wearing this Jad helmet for the longest time. And probably I will be, because it's, you know, it's Elite Achievement Diaries reward. It's a very nice thing to have. Probably is going to look similar to the Abyssal. Where am I going actually? I have the thing unlocked. You need a black mask and the rest of the items. Is it all? Does that make a helmet? Yes, very nice. If I add the head, even though it's not imbued currently, add it. Yes, please. But Red Slayer helmet. What a boring name. What? Abyssal Slayer helmet. Okay, actually, this looks very impressive. I don't know if it's gonna change the appearance if I imbue it, but because I think the regular helmet slightly is grayish, and when you imbue it, it becomes more lighter. There we go. That's the red helmet. I think it's a little bit brighter, actually. Well, it's altered. A ring, give me that, +12 strength bonus. It goes from +29 strength bonus to +41. It is actually insane. The ring, you cannot imbue it though, like you could with other rings. It's the items that I got a couple days ago when I was in Wilderness Lair. I need to buy a couple of them because this is how you ensure certain items. You see, I just found this defender on my bank here, and it has this, what is it, IL, whatever the thing is. This is when, if I die beyond level 30 Wilderness, this item will be automatically protected, but you will be losing your Trover parchments, which are worth 1 million. So this is how people ensure void and stuff, and they go like deep world, the PK. Would you use a cape on Purdue? Ooh, locking in. It will cost you 500k coins, and is it 1 parchment? How did I think it was 2? It's because this guy charges 500k plus a parchment, which essentially it's 1 mil. And now it's Infernal Cape IL. Wait, it's actually a useful thing because I was looking up like which items I could like insure. Like there's no way sometimes I would take like a rune pouch like deeper will, but I don't know, just in case I teleport. I would not want to go back to TOA trying to get like the second thing, whatever. I can lock it for 500k, so the same thing. I had the parchment anyway, so now it's yeah, I think it was a couple weeks ago, the full Inquisitor armor was buffed. If you use it with a mace, it gives you like additional 7.5% on your strength and accuracy. But yeah, that means you have to use the full armor plus a weapon if you want to have the effect, which means if you're doing any Slayer, if you get like a Calphite Queen, which is weak to crush, and this is what you would want to use Inquisitors, it's actually bad because the helmet will probably be better. I mean, the Slayer helmet, but like barely. But I'm hoping that I was just a bug and they will fix it and I'll have full Inquisitors when that happens. And then it will shoot up to 1 billion and it's gonna be just like Scythe and the rest of the tier 80 weapons like Grazi Rapier. Is it 1 billion yet? 332 million for Inquisitor's Mace. I will never sell it. I say that all the time, but I think I have now enough GP and I can have this beautiful, nice setup. There is no more cheesecake. Wait, I want to bring it for one last time. Yeah, look at that. Oh god, the cheesecake. Hide it, hide it, throw it away, throw it away. No, don't have to do this anymore. I can equip the Infernal Cape. 950 Wilderness tasks completed, receiving 375 points in total. Pretty much 4,000 Slayer points. So we're going to be not using all today, but just in case I can't. Oh god, I can't zoom out because I'm on a laptop. I don't know, is that guy dangerous, you think? I still could not see. I literally can't see. He says no. And after I got all this gear, it was time to put it to some good use. It was time to do some Slayer, because there are so many Slayer bosses when I'm just missing one collection log, like Thermonuclear, Smoke Devil. I'm just missing a jar. I already got the pet, so maybe from time to time I'm gonna get it, and maybe there's a chance to fill them up. Like Calphite, I'm also missing like just the pet. I have the jar. I have like, was it 4 out of 5 collection log items completed. Now recently they changed the Dragon Warhammer drop rate from 1 in 5,000 to 1 in 3,000, so it was time to unblock the Lizardmen. You don't have to use the block list, but if you go to unlocks you can freely unlock. Maybe it costs points to unlock it again, I'm not sure, but it was just time to get some Lizardmen tasks. So I got my very first task, and I got a Dragon Warhammer. Yep, just I'm not sure if it shows on the side like how many kills I've done, but it was like 140 something, and it was right there. I was like so shocked because I was not expecting it, because it's still a huge drop rate. It's 1 in 3,000, and I hear the sea engineer saying collection log slot completed. I'm like, I can't believe it. There's a Dragon Warhammer on the floor. Now, because the drop rates have been changed, obviously it's like way more common to get, and it crashed. I think it was like 30 mil, but when they announced it, it became 20 mil. So, but it's nice. When you're doing Slayer and you get like 20 mil drop, it's good. It pays for your supplies. And I thought I was like super lucky, so I'm like, oh my god, like I got super lucky. You guys, look at the Shaman kills I've done, and it was actually 5.5 thousand Shaman kills. Most of them, pretty much all of them were done before the drop rate, so technically I kind of got dry on this, so I guess you could say it was about time I get a Dragon Warhammer. So that was another collection log filled. It was not in certain boss or anything. They just, I think they go into miscellaneous tab, and it's filling nicely. It's like missing a few items. I forgot, like 7 items or something now. So it was really nice to get rid of that fairly rare drop. Now, throughout doing the 70-hour Slayer grind, yes, the 70 hours in this video, I got a bunch of Jad tasks. Sure, I could have picked Zug, but you know, Zug is I kind of focus on Slayer, and plus I don't have a Jad pet, so I thought, hey, perfect opportunity to try and get one. However, it was not just the Jad pet, but also did not complete certain combat achievements, and one of them was a Grandmaster one. It's simply to prevent healers healing Jad. So I was not sure how to do this correctly, because I remember when Jad would spawn, the healer would just spawn near him, like immediately, just right there in one game tick, and start healing. I believe they spawn on all sides, so maybe if you lure Jad to the middle or something, or if it doesn't spawn in the corners, then you're good to go. So I did not look up any guides on how to do this properly, but I did have a Void Waker, and I did the whole caves with melee, so I thought, hey, I'm about to try this. So you got Jad to almost half HP, because at half HP the healer spawns, so you want to kill it as soon as possible. So I had my Venge up. I think it was just luck, because I kind of clicked like the wrong things. I wasn't even trying to get the achievement, but like, hey, just in case, you know. So I just, yeah, Vengeance plus 2 Void Waker specs, dead, and the healers could not get it on time, and that was the highest level combat achievement task, the Grandmaster task, which I only have 5 of them completed in total. I don't think I really tried to do any of them, because I just did Master and Elite, Hard, Medium, you know, just to get to the Jad helmet and those 60 cannonballs upgrade from 30 there again. And I did get a bunch of capes. I think I did like 12 Jads in total during this 70-hour grind. No pet, however, and I exchanged all the capes also. You know, I didn't want to do it initially because it's like 1 in 200 chance, but if you're doing Slayer, it's 1 in 100 chance when you kill the Jad. But then you have another chance if you exchange the capes. Sure, it's 1 in 200 chance, but if you combine both of these things, then the Jad pet for completing a single cave on a Slayer task becomes like, I don't know, 1 in 70 or something, if you include exchanging the cape, so it becomes a way better drop rate. So I thought I would try, but never lucky. I have like 23 kill count right now, just no pet, but Grandmaster combat achievement completed. Hell yeah. Is this gonna be the last one? Yes, it was the last one. I completed 475 tasks only. This is just like regular Slayer. 2.7 thousand Thermonuclear smoke level, and the session time is 2 hours and 13 minutes. This is how long it took me to do 166 KC. Now, another Slayer boss that I was targeting was the Thermonuclear smoke devil, because I was missing only the jar, which is 1 in 2,000 drop, and I was already at 2.5 thousand kill count. I already had the pet, and it was super easy to kill, because if you're not using the melee method where you have to go under it, it's just so click intense, so annoying, especially if you do like thousands of kills. I was just using magic. If you put your trident specifically on the long range, you get extra 1 tile that you can shoot from, and that's where you can ice barrage the Thermonuclear Devil, and you can just simply use the Sanguinesti staff. I would say specifically Sanguinesti because it heals you from time to time. So you don't need to use the prey pots as often because of that. Yeah, sure, it could be like expensive to use it, and it was expensive because in this video I killed 2,000 Thermonuclear Smoke Devils. Yes, that means I went from 2,500 kill count all the way to 4,500 before I finally got the jar. I'm not sure if it was on a video or RuneLite took the picture, but I got it, finally. That means it's just like Kraken. I no longer have to do it, unless you want to do it for fun. But yeah, the loot was insane actually, because I remember I already had on RuneLite logged my initial 2,500 KC that I've done long time ago, and I think it showed like 57 million as a total loot, and after like 2,000 more KC it was over 100 million in loot. Oh, also got a second pet before I got the jar, maybe like 500 KC before that or something. I saw that my RuneLite pinged, and like, oh, imbued heart, maybe, nope, maybe my those bracelets ran out or something. Like, what is going on? Nothing. Well, that's odd. I look at the game chat and I see you have a funny feeling that you would have been followed, and I now have 2 in my collection log. And the next boss that I was targeting was Cerberus. Yeah, Cerberus, I'm so unlucky but lucky at the same time, because I have 1,600 KC with only 3 out of 7 unlocks. I never had the Smoldering Stone, never had the pet, never had the jar, never had the Pegasian Crystal, which is the worst out of all. So it's great that I had like 4 or 5 primordial crystals just because they're worth so much, but that was also in the past, not in this video. So I was like, oh, come on, like it's about time I get something. And also Cerberus is weak to crush, so using full Inquisitor is 10 out of 10. It's really nice. I'm not sure how it compares with the Twisted Bow and Scythe, but it's one of the weapons that you really want to use against Cerberus. And you know, you combine it with like Void Waker, you can get really nice fast kills. So I got my very first drop, which was Eternal Crystal, which is nice. You know, it's still worth like 5 mil or something like that. I was like, okay, you know, like some nice cash. And then I got it again. It was like 3 times in like 200 kills or 300 kills or something. I was like, Jesus Christ, okay, so now I have like 5 or 4 primordials, and now I have 5 Eternal Crystals with 0 Pegasians. And then it finally happened. I got the Pegasian Crystal. I was very happy. It was not worth much, but that was another collection log unlocked. So I'm closing in to close to 2,000 Cerberus KC with still only 4 out of 7 items unlocked. This is also the place where using alt accounts is super beneficial, because if you have the light bearer on your alt account and if you have access to lunars, you can spec transfer. So you could use like the Void Waker twice, and you can use it again twice, and if depending how many accounts you have, if you have like 4 accounts, you could, I don't know, you could probably skip the ghosts almost on every single kill. It really depends, because the Void Waker hits extremely accurate, yeah, and the max hit is like 87, I believe. So compared to Mace, which is 61, it is super beneficial to use something like that. I was not even using the Saragot, so it is not that good to just kind of, you know, if you kill the enemy quick enough, it's not going to damage you as much, so you're literally saving HP and prayer by killing the enemy quicker instead of trying to do it slower, but kind of sustainability. I don't think it's good, but if you have nothing else, or if you're an Ironman, yeah, Saragoth is, yeah, it will do the job. It's good. I was doing Connor Slayer initially, but I didn't like it because it gives you specific places to kill. So let's say I got Hellhounds, but I had to kill them in Witch Haven, so I couldn't go and kill Cerberus. So very quickly I kind of gave up on this because I got Dagannoth and it was in Waterbird Island, which was perfect. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go kill Dagannoth Kings, but I already have the Rex pet, so I don't really have to tribrid and kill all of them. I could just kill Supreme and Prime and keep the Rex away, because I don't really need, like, sure, the Berserker Ring, I believe it's like 5 million, so if you're going for cash, it would absolutely be nice to kill Dagannoth Rex, but I was okay. I was like, Archer Ring is like 3.4 million, I'm gonna make money from the Supreme itself. Now, when you're on a Slayer task, what you can do is you can go, there are like 2 rooms. There's a Slayer room and the regular room. So you can go into the regular room and you can just kill Prime and Supreme. And the respawn timers are long. They're 90 seconds. So if you kill Supreme and Prime, you have to wait a long time. So this is where you would just kill Rex. Like, why would you not kill it? Because there's just so much time to kill. What you're going to do, like just AFK for the rest of the time? But if you have a Slayer task, you can just go in the Slayer cave after you finish those 2 bosses, and there they are. They just respawn because it's like a completely different cave. So you kill these again and you go back to the normal cave again and they respawn. Usually just one respawn, not both of them. So you don't get that chaotic, like all of them are all at once at the same time, but that happens like super frequently, however. But you learn to pray flick. Like, just because there is mage and ranger on you doesn't mean that you have to just pray mage and you have to take all the damage from supreme. No, you can start pray flicking. Now, one thing you also have to realize about Dagannoth Kings is that you have to use certain style, right? So you use melee for the ranger because it's like super weak, and then you use range for the mage because it's super weak to range. However, they're not immune to all styles. You're going to be super extremely inaccurate to the point where it's really never worth using just one style. Like, you put full Inquisitor just bashing the mage. You could do that. Sometimes I do it by accident or just sometimes for fun. You hit like 60 or like, oh my god, that's so good, but then maybe I should try again for longer, and then you hit like actual 10 zeros in a row because it's so inaccurate. However, because the way the Void Waker works, it has 100% accuracy, and they wanted to change that at some point. I remember they wanted to make like, you get like 500% accuracy, but it could still like splash, but it never passed the poll because people were like complaining because it's like, it has its very niche uses for like next and so on. So what you can do is you can just Void Waker spec the mage. Yep, it's like super nice extra DPS. You just hit like 70 and then 80 and it's like more than half HP gone. The guy has like 35% of the HP back. Now, this whole pet grind for Dagannoths would be the best if I had the Twisted Bow. I did kill like 800 in total. I got a bunch of Archer's Ring. That was the 5 Archer's Ring. Got very lucky, but I got only 1 Seer's Ring from the mage, so it was good because they're not worth that much. Yeah, and at this point I just left Dagannoths. I no longer did them because I just felt like Twisted Bow would make everything. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.